The Curse of the Blue Guitar. In the old city of Quito in Italy, long ago in medieval times, there lived a guitarist named Robert. He was not an ordinary musician. When Robert played his guitar on stage, people could not stop themselves. They stood up from their chairs, their feet began to move on their own. Soon, their whole bodies danced wildly. Even old men and small children danced like mad. They laughed and cried at the same time. They danced until the music stopped. Many times they danced even after Robert finished his song. The music stayed inside their heads like a dream they could not wake up from. Robert became famous across many cities. People called him the magical musician. Crowds came from far villages and towns to hear him. They paid good money just to watch him play. On his 60th birthday, Robert gave his last big stage performance. The whole city square was full. People danced so hard that some fell down tired, but they kept moving their arms and legs until the last note faded. After that night, Robert stopped playing for big crowds. He said he was too old for the stage. Robert owned a tall 3-story house in Quito. On the top floor, he made a music room. He kept many guitars there on stands and in cases. One special guitar stayed inside a glass cabinet. It was painted deep blue and shone like the evening sky. Robert never touched that blue guitar during his teaching classes. He played other guitars for his students. The blue guitar stayed locked away like a secret treasure. Many young people came to learn from the great Robert. They came from nearby cities and even from other countries. Every evening, the top floor room filled with music and the sound of strings. After the lessons, most students went home, but one student always stayed longer. His name was Nicholas. He was 22 years old, tall and thin, with quick fingers. Nicholas asked many questions about music theory and famous guitar players of the past. Robert liked him very much. He saw that Nicholas learned faster than anyone else. One evening, after all the other students left, Nicholas looked at the glass cabinet. The blue guitar glowed in the lamplight. Nicholas turned to his teacher and spoke in a low voice. "Maestro Robert, I have studied with you for more than 2 years. I have learned every scale and every technique you taught me, but I still cannot play like you did on stage. I remember watching your old performances. When you played the blue guitar, the whole crowd lost control. They danced like puppets on strings. Even I felt my legs moving against my will. The music stayed in my mind for days. In your classes, you never play the blue guitar. That is why we students never dance. Tell me the truth, please. Does that guitar hold some kind of magic? If you care for me as your best student, share the secret with me." Robert stayed quiet for a long time. He looked at the blue guitar behind the glass. Then he smiled a small, sad smile. "You are my best student, Nicholas. I have watched you practice in front of the mirror for hours. You never give up. I decided long ago that I would tell the truth only to my finest pupil. Come tomorrow night, very late, when the city is asleep. I will tell you everything." Nicholas left the house that night with his heart beating fast. He walked through the dark streets to his small rented room. The room was messy. Papers with guitar notes lay everywhere on the floor and table. Nicholas put his own red guitar against the wall. He sat at the table and tried to write a letter to his mother far away in the village of Vichil near Milan. But the memories came rushing back and he could not write. Nicholas had been born in Vichil 20 years earlier. His mother ran a small guitar shop in the village. By day, she sold and repaired guitars. By night, she practiced old occult rituals that her grandmother had taught her. Nicholas grew up surrounded by guitars. From the time he could hold one, he played. He dreamed of becoming the greatest guitarist in the land. When Nicholas turned 16, he told his mother about his dream. She sat him down and told him a story she had kept hidden for years.
25 years ago, a young man named Robert came to our village. He was handsome, but his guitar playing was terrible. People laughed at him. He bought a guitar from our shop and came often for repairs. I was young and foolish. I felt sorry for him. Slowly, I fell in love. We spent many nights together. I wanted to help him become great, so I used the secret rituals my grandmother taught me. I called a demon and trapped it inside a blue guitar. I gave that guitar to Robert as a gift. The moment he played it, his fingers moved like magic. Within weeks, he became famous. The whole village and nearby towns praised him as a prodigy. He promised to marry me. We were happy for many months. Then he became proud. He forgot the poor girl who had given him everything. He left the village without saying goodbye. I was carrying his child. I never told him about the demon inside the guitar. Now, he lives in Quito City and teaches students. You must go there. Learn everything you can from him, but never tell him I am your mother. Bring that blue guitar back to me. When he loses the guitar, the demon's curse will make him lose his mind.
Nicholas had hated the father he never knew, but he wanted to learn real guitar skills. So he said goodbye to his village sweetheart, a beautiful girl named Liza. They had loved each other for 1 year. Liza cried when he told her he must leave. "When I return, we will marry," Nicholas promised, holding her close. "Wait for me. I will come back as a great guitarist." Liza wiped her tears. "If you do not return within a year, my father will force me to marry someone else. My family is rich. I cannot wait forever. Go quickly and come back soon. I will love you always." Nicholas traveled to Quito. At first, he planned to steal the blue guitar and run. But Robert's teaching was so good that Nicholas stayed. He learned new techniques every day. 2 years passed. Nicholas became almost as skilled as his teacher. He decided it was finally time. One evening, Nicholas bought a bottle of strong red wine from the market. In his room, he mixed a slow poison into the wine. He knew the poison would take time to work. That night, he walked to Robert's house under the moonlight. The city was quiet. Only the sound of his boots on the stone street could be heard. On the top floor, Robert was waiting. Only one lamp burned. The blue guitar stood inside its glass cabinet like a sleeping creature. Nicholas handed the wine bottle to his teacher with a respectful bow. "Maestro, I brought this for you. Please drink while we talk." Robert poured 2 cups. He drank deeply from his cup. Then he began to speak in a soft voice. "Yes, the blue guitar is magical. A young woman from a poor guitar shop gave it to me long ago. She came from a low family. After I started playing that guitar, my skill grew very fast. But strange things happened. When I played, I sometimes heard low, growling sounds under the music, like an angry animal. And the people who listened, they could not stop dancing. If I tuned the guitar high near the G note, they danced even harder. Some danced until they fell down. Their bodies kept moving even after they had no strength left. They danced until their hearts stopped. It happened more than once. The music controlled them completely. Robert suddenly coughed. He held his chest, his face turned pale. What is happening? My stomach burns. He coughed again, and blood came from his mouth. He fell from his chair onto the wooden floor. Nicholas stood over him. His voice was cold and angry. Low caste woman? How dare you speak of my mother that way? I am the son of that same woman who gave you the guitar and made you famous. You left her when she was carrying me in her womb. You are a traitor and a sinner. Now die in pain. Robert's eyes grew wide with shock and pain. He tried to speak, but only more blood came. Nicholas walked to the glass cabinet, opened it, and took out the blue guitar. He held it carefully. Then he walked out of the room without looking back. Robert's wife and young daughter slept on the floor below. Nicholas moved like a shadow and left the house. He did not stop until he reached the city gate. Then he began walking fast into the night, the blue guitar on his back. For many days, Nicholas traveled toward Wissel. He stopped in towns and villages along the way. At night, he played the blue guitar in taverns and at festivals. Every time he played, people stood up and danced. They could not help it. Some nights, he tuned the strings higher. The growling sound under the music grew louder. People danced until they dropped from exhaustion. Nicholas earned good money. He felt powerful. Soon he would see his mother and Liza again. He would give his mother the guitar and watch Robert suffer from far away. But when Nicholas finally reached Wissel, his heart broke. The guitar shop and his mother's house were nothing but black ashes. Villagers told him the terrible news. The Duke of Milan ordered all witches and occult people to be burned. Your mother was taken with the others. They burned her shop and house together. She is gone. Nicholas fell to his knees in the ashes. He cried until no more tears came. Then his sadness turned to burning rage. He stood up, strapped the blue guitar to his back, and bought a fast horse. He rode toward Milan without rest. In Milan, he learned that the Duke's son was getting married that very evening. All the important guests, soldiers, and the Duke himself would be inside the palace. Nicholas saw his chance. At sunset, he walked straight to the palace gates. 2 guards stopped him. "No one enters without invitation," one guard said.
Nicholas smiled coldly. He took the blue guitar from his back and began to play. The first notes were soft and sweet. The guards started tapping their feet. Within seconds, their bodies moved against their will. Their faces showed fear, but their legs danced faster and faster. Nicholas walked past them into the palace courtyard, still playing. Inside the great hall, the wedding celebration was in full swing. Candles glowed, music played. The bride, dressed in white, stood beside the Duke's son. Suddenly, the sound of Nicholas's blue guitar filled the hall. The growling underneath the melody grew deep and angry. Every person in the room began to dance. The Duke's soldiers dropped their swords and spun in circles. Ladies in fine dresses kicked their legs high. The Duke himself grabbed his son, and they danced together like puppets, their faces twisted in horror. They tried to stop, but could not. Nicholas walked to the center of the hall, playing louder and louder. He tuned the strings even higher. People fell to the floor from tiredness, but their arms and legs kept jerking. Some screamed while their bodies moved. One by one, they stopped moving forever. The Duke fell first, clutching his chest. His son followed. The bride in white fell near them, her body still twitching. Nicholas looked at the bride's face, and his blood turned to ice. It was Liza. Her eyes were wide with terror. She saw him and tried to speak, but only a scream came out. Her body kept dancing even as she lay on the floor. "No, Liza!" Nicholas shouted. He stopped playing at once, but the music still echoed inside everyone's heads. Liza's arms and legs moved one last time. Then she lay still, her eyes closed forever. Nicholas dropped to his knees beside her. He held her head and cried like a child. Around him, the great hall was silent. Bodies lay everywhere. No one moved. Only the sound of Nicholas's sobbing could be heard. Then, Inside his own mind, the growling sound grew louder than ever before. It filled his head until he could not think. Nicholas picked up the blue guitar. With a roar of pain and rage, he smashed it against the stone floor again and again. The wood cracked, the strings snapped, the blue paint splintered. When the guitar lay in pieces at his feet, something inside Nicholas broke too. From that night on, Nicholas was no longer himself. He wandered the forests and villages wearing torn, dirty clothes. His hair grew long and wild. Most of the time he held his head with both hands and screamed. He shouted at the air, "Stop! The growling! Please stop!" The demon that once lived in the blue guitar now lived inside his mind. It never left him. Day and night the terrible sound followed him. He never played music again. He never spoke to anyone. Years later, villagers found his body in the woods. He lay curled up like a child, his hands still covering his ears. His face was frozen in terror. The growling had finally stopped only when his heart stopped too. And so ended the story of the blue guitar.
Its music had brought fame, then death, then endless madness. The curse that began with one act of love and betrayal ended in silence among the trees.